Yo, YouTube, what it do? We about to react to searching for a world that doesn't exist. It's a Minecraft video. I watched a thousand people doing the civilization. I wish I would have did that on stream. That really was a fire video. So let's see what it's looking like. I'm gonna do this one on stream. I ain't gonna miss this one. Let's go. And kids, do not smoke. Don't do anything that I'm doing. Nothing that I'm doing. This is only for me, for grown-ups. This is for nobody else. Okay? Thank you. Let's get to the video though. I love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into it.
Turn left. This is the first line in the book that Avery claims he did not write. 2 weeks ago, a YouTube channel called Avery the Mayo uploaded a YouTube video titled Weird Book I Did Not Write, where he shows us a mine that supposedly he never built. Inside the mine is a chest that Avery did not place, and inside the chest is a book that Avery did not write. Inside the book is a very strange message. Whatever you...
Okay, in Minecraft, can somebody come into your server and like place stuff and put stuff there? Is that a thing, or I'm just asking questions because I just started playing not too long ago. I suck. I be playing by myself. I ain't getting nowhere. But yeah, let me know.
Do at the crossroads. Don't turn left. Don't be fooled. It's listening. You can't outsmart it. It's listening to me. It's watching me. It isn't from this world. At the crossroads, don't turn left. At the crossroads, don't turn left. At the crossroads, don't
I watched
turn left.
this portion.
Don't turn left.
So we about to see. I want to see how
follow my sequence of numbers. And that's it. It seems impossible
That's
that
it.
a mind just appears in your world without your knowledge. But Avery explains in the description of the video that the laptop he's playing on is from a storage locker. It already had Minecraft installed, and this world already existed. But when Avery first loaded it up, it was just a normal world. He only now discovered this mine a few hundred blocks from his house. So, in that case, what is this book? The contents are strange, and it's not evident what they're referred to. If anything, they just sound like some crazy rambling. But the numbers at the end are clearly some sort of code, so maybe we can solve it and figure out what this
code
book is
or
talking
coordinates.
about.
That's what it looked like to me. Codes or
The
coordinates.
numbers go higher than 26, so it's not any alphabetical code. There are 4 sections, not 3, so it isn't coordinates. And
Yeah, I was about to say.
There's not a single cipher that comes up as a good match for this code. If it is a code,
Because I was just looking at it, I was like, that don't look like you can.
I wasn't able to decipher it.
So I'm wrong.
So is that it? A strange one-off YouTube video and a dead end? Not quite, because for 2 frames at the very end of the video, Avery's inventory flashes a random pattern of blocks, and this time there is a code, because taking the first letter of the name of every block and capitalizing it if there is more than one, you get a string that perfectly matches the length of a Google Drive link, that when you enter takes you to a folder, and this is where the true mystery begins. The mystery of a Minecraft world that doesn't exist.
Nah, get the fuck out of here.
Opening the video named Footage 1, we can see a player in the exact same spot Avery was in the last video, except now he has way more items than he had last time. Presumably this is from his house, and he's come to use this mine in survival as part of his world. The book is now gone from the chest, but it could be that Avery just burned it because it freaked him out, or it's just this book in his inventory. Regardless, Avery runs up with the other strip mine and begins to start a new one into the wall, but when he does, he finds this. Nothing weird, it's just a cave, and Avery walks in to begin exploring, until he stops and sees this. It's hard to make out, but as he walks closer we can see what it is. Moss and grass. This is immediately a red flag because this kind of terrain does not generate in caves. Avery checks everything, but there's nothing else either. And when he runs back to grab his torches, he notices yet another patch of moss in the corner of the cave. Again, not natural, but not leading anywhere either. It's only when he heads back down the cave does he see it. A tree. Avery approaches the clump of greenery, and there it is. A tree, unlike any other oak tree in the entire game.
And it's underground. It's funny, playing Minecraft, yeah, I've never seen that.
And we get a better look at this shrub, for lack of a better word. And after some hesitation and circling around it, Avery decides to try mining the tree. And he does, with no problem. It looks just like a normal tree, except normal trees don't generate underground. And it's not the only one. As Avery goes deeper and deeper into the cave, he passes larger and larger patches of greenery, coming across more shrubs and even more trees and even more moss. He pauses to talk at one point, but instead of commenting on the trees, he brings up something else. It's weird, we've only seen snow. And I guess he's right. The walls of this cave don't have any diorite, granite, andesite, or ores, but come on, there's a bigger elephant in the room here. At some point, though, Avery's wish gets granted, and the cave turns into terracotta, tuff, and deep slate. The greenery gets larger and larger, with the trees growing bigger and bigger, until finally, Avery reaches the end.
Oh shit. Excuse my language, but whoa.
Avery stops for several long seconds.
Did somebody create this?
The room is a giant cave of green, with strange, unnaturally large trees forming a staircase on the back wall. The floor is covered in a massive field of moss, scattered with the strange trees we saw earlier. Avery slowly heads down the cavern wall, being careful not to take too much damage while maneuvering his way to the bottom. He looks around in awe as he explores the chamber, and from closer up, we can see a tunnel right between the massive tree gates. Avery
Funny, I took hella full damage.
seemingly mesmerized by the build.
I suck with doing the building, going down, and all that. I'm good going up. Going down, bye. I'd be trash. I'd be at half hearts right now if I was to do this.
Terrain obviously doesn't generate naturally, so who made it, and how does it just appear in Avery's world? Well, if there's any answer to that question, it's through this tunnel, because finally, Avery decides to stop sightseeing and heads down the tunnel at the center of the room. Avery walks through the mud brick tunnel, turning to glance behind him every few steps, but of course, nothing is there. The world is set to single player. At least, it seems that way. Until this happens. Something is wrong. It's almost impossible to notice, but at the far edge of the tunnel, the first pair of torches has suddenly been wiped out. Avery stares for a few seconds and continues walking. Another pair of torches is gone. I'm not scared of torches turning off. And then another. I don't know what kind of practical joke this is.
Yeah, this is kind of weird. What the hell? I probably would have logged off. I ain't even gonna lie. I probably would have logged off. I probably would have logged off. You would have seen me click, click, click. Escape. Escape. Oh, delete. Escape. You shit me? What the hell? He gotta go under. Or is there?
I don't know why I just jumped down. I wasn't scared. But I felt
Scared.
held. I've never felt like that in my life.
No, you was scared. It's alright. Or real motherfucker be
What
scared.
is going on here? Things just went from strange to incredibly creepy in a matter of seconds. This doesn't just happen on a normal world, but Eber did say he found this world on a computer he got from a storage locker. So maybe this is just a world that the old owner of this computer created, and it's just some strange adventure or horror map. Case closed. Except it's not, because the video files aren't the only thing in this Google Drive folder. If you remember, there's also this PDF, and opening it, we see this. My exploration into a strange tunnel I found in my Minecraft world. I've been playing this world for a while, and just discovered this. This is my documentation of the search. Notably, when I installed Minecraft, this world came pre-created. Always thought that was a little strange, but I'm not really sure. This seems okay enough, but remember what Avery said earlier. He found this computer in a storage locker with Minecraft installed. Not he installed Minecraft and this world was there. Admittedly, it's a pretty small difference, but still, why the conflicting stories? Something you may have also noticed that I can't explain is why Avery's name is now censored. He wasn't censored in the previous videos, but now he's both hidden his name and changed his skin, almost like he's hiding from something. But there's still a lot more of his footage, and if you want to figure out what's happening in this world, why it exists, and what it has to do with Avery, you have to keep watching, as Avery runs from whatever it is that's hiding in this world. Avery says he has to be moving, even if he doesn't exactly know why, and the only way to go is down. Avery takes a leap into the giant pool of water and swims down into a junction of tunnels. After some hesitation, he burrows himself in the left wall for air before swimming down the left tunnel. He continues to navigate through
Said don't go left.
the tunnel getting narrower and narrower, with no end in sight. Until it opens into a giant cavernous room, just enough space at the top to get hit there. When Avery descends again, we can see tunnel openings sprawling across the walls. Avery stands around. There's no marker of where to go, just tunnels upon tunnels as far as the eye can see. And he hears it. The same sound as when the whispers played previously. Avery rushes to dig into the wall, and as he locks himself in, you can hear the whispers again. Quieter, but still there, as if they're passing by him. When the coast is clear, Avery digs out. But now what? He has no choice but to gamble on a tunnel and hope it's correct. He scans the walls
Now that's crazy.
no obvious sign of which one to pick. So finally, he rolls the dice. The tunnel leads to another junction, and again, after a slight hesitation, Avery goes left. The tunnel continues, getting narrower and narrower and narrower.
Bro, what the hell?
Until finally, he finds himself in the oasis.
That's
Avery looks
crazy.
around the room, strangely, almost peaceful. He's in the middle of a square pond, flanked on all sides by the same uncanny trees. He stares off at the water for a second before towering up and getting a good look around. Nothing but trees as far as the eye can see. For a moment, he pauses. Before something snaps, and he cracks a boat to get to the center of the lake. Without hesitation, he dives down into the tunnel and plugs up the hole. He makes another trip for good measure, plugging it even further. This thing comes through here again. It has to break that, but I need to explore. He sails back to the edge of the lake. What I can't avoid doing is loading the chop. Avery chops a few trees and crafts a hopper with the spare iron in his inventory. His plan is simple. Set a trap for it to follow him. But wait, did I miss something? Because how does he know that something is following him? Sure, those torches turned off, and yeah, we heard those noises before, but there's actually an even stronger piece of evidence I haven't mentioned. Remember when Avery said this? I've already heard you in the cave. Well, it took me a second to figure out what exactly he meant, but then I heard this. It's almost impossible to make out, but on a few separate instances, while Avery was walking in that original cave, he would randomly pause for a second or two.
It's funny.
And now we know why.
Cause I hear it.
He was listening. Every time he paused, for just a brief moment, you could hear footsteps on the stone behind him. stopping just a fraction of a second too late to be quiet. But okay, if something is somehow really following Avery in a single-player world, how can he stop it, or at least get it to reveal itself? Well, that's exactly what he's doing right now. Like you said, he needs time to look around and explore this world, but while he's gone, anything can just swing through the hole and replace the blocks to make it look like nothing happened. But if Avery turns down his render distance and puts items in this hopper, if he then goes far enough away and unloads the chunk, the only way for the hopper to be empty when he returns is if something loaded the chunk while he was gone. And then, whatever was following him would be exposed. The trap is set. Now, it's time to explore.
Now this is I'm kind of intrigued because what's going on, bro? I'm stuck right now. I'm stuck. I'm really trying to figure out what he's trying to figure out right now. I hear what you hear. You know we
Avery
black.
walks
We on
through
that.
the trees, avoiding the lake so as to not load the chunk. Every inch of this place looks exactly the same. The same gray floor, the same strange trees. Everywhere he looks, there's nothing. Until, just in the corner of the screen, there's a sign. But it's hard to spot, and Avery doesn't seem to see it, and he keeps walking. And he pauses. Interesting. That's the third sign you've seen so far. What? Where? Third sign? I've only seen this one. But it turns out he's right. Going back and re-watching the footage, just barely hidden in the corners of the screen, are two other signs Avery crossed earlier in the recording, although he gave no indication at the time that he noticed them. Avery goes back to all three signs. All of them are blank, so I don't know what to make of it, but Avery seems to be satisfied, and he explains why. These signs all seem to point to one place. Both of these angled ones point in the same direction. And he's right. If you line the coordinates with the location and rotation of the signs, you get this. So he's right, all of them point a certain way, and if you trace out their intersection, it hits one specific point. He also pulls off this brilliant move, which you rarely see from these protagonists, by turning the difficulty to peaceful because he ran out of food. Absolutely genius. But with that said, he returns to the lake to check on his contraption. And nothing showed up. Items are still flowing out of the hopper, which would be impossible if anything had loaded the chunk. Avery tells us exactly this. Nothing came through. Not to mention, the blocks are still in the same position Avery placed them to plug the hole. Now that he's shaken off whatever was following him, Avery sails back, presumably to find the intersection points of the signs. But before he does that, he opens up chat and says this. Something is here. What? How? Why is Avery saying that? Why isn't he sending it in chat? What did he see? I don't know if they can hear me, but I'm not taking any chances. The grass block. When Avery left the chunk, he didn't just set one trap for the entity, he set two. Without mentioning anything to us, he placed a grass block next to a block of dirt. In Minecraft, grass can't spread if the chunk isn't loaded. The only way that this block is now grass is if something other than Avery loaded this chunk. I'm not scared, but my gut says to keep moving.
I'm sorry. I'm quiet because this shit got me stuck. What? I'm not a Minecraft player, but this is wild. Thank you. It's okay to be scared. Grown men get scared. If a motherfucker tell you he ain't scared, he a motherfucking liar. Lying like a motherfucker. I'm scared. Shit. What you talking about? You don't even know I'm scared. You'll turn around, be gone already. Wow.
Avery walks through a tunnel which quickly turns into a maze.
Nah, what is going
Slowly
on?
but surely.
What is going on? What is going on? This is wicked.
Avery navigates through it.
This is wicked, wicked. Sorry, guy, I did. I had to move.
Avery is clearly smart. Smart enough to set a trap, and smart enough to set a backup. But whatever this thing is that's following him, it's smart too. Smart enough to block up the tunnel it entered from. Smart enough to refill the hopper with items after loading the shop. Smart enough to hide its presence. This world seems to be guiding Avery somewhere. The whispers in this tunnel coercing him to enter the cave. The signs pointing
whoever
to
made
the
this
entrance
is
under the
fire.
tree. Whatever this world is, it's leading Avery. But to what? We don't know. All we do know is that he isn't alone. And finally, Avery exits the maze into another giant room with what looks like a cipher above a door, with 3 levers right in front of him. Avery stares up at it, says he'll need a pen and paper, and blocks up the tunnel where he came from. The footage ends with him staring up at the code deep in thought.
What if I can build an app that works my way with Base 44? My work is chaotic.
You gonna skip that?
Today, I can build an app that adapts to me. I can create calculations, automations, and insights all in one place. And I add my own AI agent that handles the routine work. All built my way. My numbers, my projects, my data. Because when you create it yourself, it just works. Base 44, build it your way.
I'm dead. You wouldn't think hangovers would be a thing.
I forgot to mention that it's my nigga.
This Thanksgiving,
Is it how you imagine it?
It's perfect.
spend your holiday
It's a lot to take in.
in eternity.
Where's my parents?
You could definitely go see your parents, but then you'd be with my parents for eternity. Eternity this Thanksgiving.
Gucci Flora Borders Gardenia and the new Adupa font Intense.
Pro Plan. Fuel the curiosity. Fuel the day. Fuel the connection. Fuel for life. Explore now.
From what I can see, the code atop the doorway looks something like him staring up at the code, deep in thought. From what I can see, the code atop the doorway looks something like this. It doesn't immediately remind me of anything, and plugging it into a cipher decoder gives me no ideas either. Running each of the candidate ciphers just gives gibberish every single time. Whatever this code is, there's unfortunately no way that I, or Avery, can solve it. The second half of the footage picks up with 70 minutes of just staring at the wall. And then he gets it. Okay, I guess it was solvable. Avery says it's a good poem, but doesn't actually reveal what it said, only that it uses cipher stacking, a technique where 2 ciphers are layered one on top of the other to make the code almost undecipherable. How Avery actually solved it with a pen and paper is beyond me, but the puzzle isn't over yet. There's still this gate, which Avery suspects is some sort of combination lock. But instead of a pen and paper, his solution this time is a bit more, how do I put this, efficient.
Fortunately for you, I have a pickaxe.
And with that, he's wait. Who's Lord 3? For the first time in this footage, Avery's sensor bar lingers for just a second too short, and we get a glimpse of the name. This isn't Avery's name. This isn't Avery's skin. Maybe the reason that we got 2 different stories about where this world came from is because the player we've been watching this entire time isn't Avery at all. But if that's the case, then who is this? The world at the beginning is clearly the same one that Avery was playing on. So what's going on here? If it is Avery on an alt account, why the conflicting stories in the description and the document? And if it's not Avery, then who is this other person, and why are they claiming that this is their world they found? I genuinely just don't know, but the only way to find out